You won a title with this team. You played in a playing game here. You played in a playoff series here, but never with a full crowd, never with, I guess, sort of the full quote-unquote Laker environment. Did it feel special today to have that kind of intensity, that kind of game? Is this sort of what you expected, I guess, when you decided you wanted to come here?
Yeah. The crowd definitely got us back into it, with our play, having a crowd behind us. It was fun. The energy was there. This is what you dream about, playing in crypto. And yes, I know. Yeah, it's a new dream. Playing in crypto and just allowing, the crowd kind of, do their thing and get the other team rattled and kind of give us a little bit more energy to go on runs and make big plays. So it was electric tonight, and, I can't wait until we come back home, have our 2 home games, whenever them days are. And I know it's going to be even louder.
So, AD, you fouled Conley on the last play of regulation. Just walk us through what you were thinking when you closed out after the foul was called, any conversations you had with your teammates, and how, as a group, you guys were able to turn the page and come out fresh. I think outscored them 10-4 in overtime.
Cat was setting a flare screen on Mike, and I told Brian Red I didn't honor the call. I told him switch, but I didn't think he heard me. And I didn't want Cat to kind of, slip in front of his face, but I got to know who also I'm playing with. Who I'm talking to is Brian. He knows. And then Mike called it, deep corner and was going out of bounds. And I actually jumped to not foul him, but he kind of went with me and got a foul. So, after it happened, me and Brian discussed. We watched it. Obviously, I told him my bad. I told the team, my fault. And it just goes back to our next play mentality that Coach always talk about and we talk about as a team. To whatever happened. Go finish this last 5 minutes and get a win, and that's kind of what we did. Didn't worry about it, and I'm always the first one to own up to my mistakes. I think the biggest thing though is kind of just messed up Dennis' game winner. So that kind of he got on me about that, but it always sucks when you lose, so it kind of, don't hurt as bad.
AD, you guys finally know your first-round opponent. What are your early thoughts on the matchup with Memphis?
Yeah, good team, young, scrappy. Obviously Ja had a snake. Jaren Jackson. Obviously they have guys that's not going to be playing, guys out Steven, Brandon Clark. But they're still a good team. I mean, they're third for a reason. Even without Ja, they were winning basketball games. So they're a tough team. We'll do, our normal scouts and prep work for them. But it's going to be a fun, interesting series.
AD, teams are been pretty aggressive with you defensively, a lot of traps, a lot of doubles. Just wondering what the ongoing conversation is with you, your teammates on the floor, the coaches about kind of best ways to get you the ball, where to, how to, even when the double's coming. How does that discussion go for you, and where do you want that to be in the first round series?
Yeah, it's a lot of pick and rolls. I think in our matchups with Memphis, though, they didn't double. It's usually Steven Adams, he guards me, and then Xavier Tillman, he kind of guarded me straight up. So I'm not sure what their plan is. I didn't see many double teams against Memphis, but yeah, teams starting to do that to try to double team and get the ball out of my hand, make guys beat us, and we're doing a good job making shots to kind of open it up. Go into some wide action where you can't double. I'll come off a pin down or play some pick and roll. Where we got guys cutting and moving. Now guys are moving. I'll catch it on a run and have space to operate, or catching at the top of the floor and just operating. So. Or go obviously rebound, and score that way. So I'm just trying to find ways to be a part of the game, be productive, and whatever I got to do to help the team win.
Kurt.
AD, on your right, with this play-in tournament format, how valuable is this rest now versus a little bit more practice? And you could have been playing Friday. How would you kind of summarize winning and getting the rest?
Yeah, that was our main focus, getting the win. Even when we were down, I think 15 or 17, something like that, we just kept saying, we got to get a rest. We can't play. I thought it was Thursday though, or Friday, whatever day it is. We didn't want to play whatever day it was. We wanted to get this rest, let our bodies heal, recover. I mean, we've been going at it, playoff mode, since All-Star break, trying to get in. So it's good to have 4 days to kind of just recover and let our bodies heal, get some mental prep in on Memphis, and go in kind of fresh, on Sunday and have a battle then, playing every other day. And then, with the play-in, then if we would have lost playing again and then going right into a matchup, would have been tough, especially with all the bumps and bruises our guys have. So it feels good to get this win and get a couple of days rest before we head to Memphis.
AD, I think it's one thing from the outside looking in to see what Dennis brings to this squad, but you're with him every single day. Obviously, the edge he started the season with. How would you kind of quantify his value to the squad?
He's invaluable, man. He brings everything every night. He wants to win. When he first came back, he said that he didn't like his first tenure here. With the Lakers, he feel like he didn't do what he was supposed to, so he wanted to come back and just be all about winning. And he's shown it. Diving on the floor, big hustle plays, obviously big shots like he had tonight. Big plays, defensively, offensively. He does it all for us. He brings that energy off the bench, pushing the pace, always communicating with us about what he sees on the floor, always bringing that positive energy. So, he means a lot to our team.
AD, on the whiteboard in the locker room, you guys had 2-10 and then 0.3% chance to make it to the postseason. Still written up there today as you guys are playing your way in. Are you guys still holding on to that piece of that identity? Is it a motivating factor for you? LeBron mentioned it as well. What are the kind of conversations about that journey and how it's pushing you now?
Yeah, we talked about it. When do we play? Sunday, just how crazy it is to start 2-10 and be fighting for a playoff spot, pre-playing game, and then now go in and play the playing game and then get in as a 7th seed is unreal. We definitely feel like we deserve it, like we just supposed to be here. We work too hard and put in the work to get in this position. But yeah, I mean, that's where we started, 2-10, and the analytic guys and the media upstairs in our front office, everything saying that we had a 0.03% chance of getting into the playoffs, and that obviously we defeated those odds, but. We don't want to stop here just getting in. Obviously you got small victories, seeing where we started, but now we want to get greedy and make some noise in these playoffs.
Last two, we're going to meet.